Hi everyone, and welcome to our Touch Base Thursday for February 16th. I am going to give this a moment here for all of you to find me, hopefully be able to find me this time live before we get started. And I've got lots of fun things to share with you tonight. So if you are coming in here, I'm going to actually take a moment, I think, and share this to my group page. That might actually help some of you, if I can figure that out. Share to a group. Here we go. So this might actually help some of you be able to find me. So I just shared my Facebook Live to my group page, and hopefully I didn't screw this up. Am I still live there, Natalie?
You've got 11 people watching.
I got 11 people watching. All right, guys. So I am trying something new to make sure you guys can all find me okay. So I just tried to share that to my Facebook group as well. So hopefully you guys see that. So hello to, as I'm going back up to my comments, Carol and Courtney and the other Carol and Kay and Karen. Welcome everyone. So yay, you guys are finding me. I did also attempt to share my live before I went live before I started over on my group. So hopefully that means that more of you will be able to connect and find me. I did also post some setting changes that you might need to look at to be able to find me a little bit easier as well. So anyway, welcome. Yes, Natalie, you may be relieved of your duties. So Natalie gets me going usually here. So anyway, I want to welcome you all to our Facebook Live. Snowy Wisconsin. We have a snowy Michigan too, Shar. We're supposed to get 4 to 6 inches of snow. Right now it's coming down pretty good here. So we didn't have too much snow yet this year, so I guess we'll take it, right? Anyway, again, welcome to our Facebook Live for this week. Hope you all had a wonderful Valentine's Day. I had team meeting on Valentine's Day, so it's kind of nice to be able to see everyone and have fun with that. You guys are already sharing. I love it, love it, love it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get right into business today because I've got some awesome projects to share with you using the Greatest Journey bundle. So again, can't wait to share it with you. Most of you know that my daughter Claire had solo ensemble last week. I posted all over the place because I was so proud of her, but she did get a letter 1 division for her performance. So she will advance to state. So the states is March 18th at Midland High School. So her Division 1 was at Bay City Central High School. This one's going to be in Midland. So really excited to be able to go and see her. So if any of you are close to Midland and you want to come watch her, let me know. I'll let you know when the time is. You can come watch her with us. And then Natalie, I had to tell you about Natalie's Valentine's Day that she had just this last week. So if any of you joined me for my online bingo last night, during our make and takes, my phone kept ringing. And I had to keep hitting the hang up button from my phone, because when my phone rings while I'm live, it will pause my video. And it was her boyfriend, and I'm like, okay, I hope nothing's wrong, because he called me like 3 times. Well, what he wanted to do, he had class on Valentine's Day, so he wasn't able to do anything for her. And she had dance class last night until like 9 o'clock. So he wanted to come to the house and put pictures up all over in the hallway, the entry door to her room. He bought her a hammock. She's been wanting a hammock, so he bought her a hammock, and he wanted to hang that up upstairs and do all this fun stuff. So when she come home, she had he was there, and she had all this surprises. So anyway, he ended up just coming over because I wasn't answering. So he texted Claire. Claire's like, it should be fine. Just come on over. So he comes over, comes downstairs, not knowing that I'm live. So all of you who were with me last night for my online bingo, you got to virtually meet Austin because I made him say hi to everyone since he was here. But it was really fun. It was an awesome surprise. He's so thoughtful. He does so many awesome things like that for her. So that was kind of fun to see him surprise her. So, Shelby said schools are closing already. So our schools are already closed for like, I don't know if it's professional development or midwinter break or something, but our schools, we have no school tomorrow or Monday. So we already know that we're not going to have any school. But that's funny that they're already closing. I like it when they close the night before, though. It makes it so much easier for you to plan things and not have to get up or get a phone call at 5:30 in the morning. I remember when I was in school, though, we used to have to turn the radio on to see if the school was closed. And you'd be sitting there listening by the radio. Now they just do phone calls and texts. It's just kind of funny to see how that's all transpired. But anyway, I am getting over my cold. You can tell, though, that I'm still a little bit not as bad as it was just starting last Thursday, and now I'm at the tail end of it. So you get 2 weeks of hearing me sound a little congested, but I'm actually doing a lot better. So anyway, that's what I have in the way of announcements. Last weekend, I do a class once a month over in the Thumb. So I had my class in Bad Axe last Saturday, which was amazingly fun. So if any of my Thumb friends, where I'm originally from, if you are interested in coming to a class, let me know. I will be going there for March and April. We usually do it through through April, take the summer months off. So would love to do that. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Yeah, I had a pretty big meeting at work today, so I actually decided to do something with my hair today. I curled it. I don't do that often anymore. I say COVID ruined me because I used to do my hair and makeup every single day, and now I'm just kind of like doing it when I have to. Anyway, you guys know the routine. If you share my video, you get into the drawing for prizes. So last week I announced we were going to give away the Starry Sky ribbon and the texture elements embellishments. Texture elements embellishments. Say that fast. And I have 2 winners. So the winner of the ribbon is Carol Grove. So congratulations to Carol. And then the winner of the embellishments is Cindy Wood. So, oh, Courtney, you're so cute. So congratulations to Cindy Wood and to Carol Grove. You guys are my winners this week. I'll get those out in the mail to you. 2 great prizes up for grabs this week. We had the pastel adhesive backed sequins. And I love those. And then I put in here the Baker's Twine Essential Pack. This is from the annual catalog, but it's all the neutral Baker's Twine that you could want. I love that. So those are going to be the 2 prizes that you can win. Share my video, comment that you shared, and you get into the drawing to win those things. A few things. My Cystic Fibrosis Creative Escape weekend, I'm down to only about 2 or 3 openings left for my in-person event. Any of you that are interested in a retreat to go, you can get the make and takes, the cute little gifts I give, optional classes. There's a link for that. So registration for that will be closing for both of them in about 2 weeks. So I have time to kind of get everything prepped. And then we're in our final 2 weeks of celebration already. I'm not sure how that even happened. So any of you that still are waiting to get your hands on this amazing little blue mini machine, you have 2 weeks left. So don't delay. You can get this in your starter kit during celebration. And otherwise, you're stuck with the white one. And I just love our world in color so much better. So if you were on the fence about that, or if I've reached out to you, or if you've reached out to me, you have any questions, I'll be following up with those of you in the next couple of weeks because it's a great time to get something that's just awesomely beautiful. My open classes that I have right now, my On the Farm class is open. Dainty Delights is open now. I did just find out that Dainty Delights Designer Series paper during celebration they just sold out. Although I've got a few. So if anybody really, really still wanted that as your celebration choice, we can make something work there. But just tonight, I think it happened this afternoon, the Dainty Delight. So it's not the great big thick paper. It is the little paper. The little pack is on sold out. And Courtney, I am so 2 days behind checking my email because I've been so crazy busy. I had a really big meeting at work today and I've been spending 2 days prepping for it. I had to present different stuff and it just consumed me. So I'm hoping to get caught up tonight and tomorrow. But yes, I did see that, my dear. So thank you. My Easter Bunny class. So those are my 3 classes. I also posted that I was going to be offering a class using the Ballet Beauties stamp set. I could not design something with that beautiful stamp set because it is so near and dear to my heart with both of my girls being in dance since they were 4 years old. I mean, so dance has been a big part of my life. Saw that, and they both are on point. So I had to design stuff. I have pictures ready to go that will be posting soon. Can't wait for you guys to see it. So it's a great way to, I know that dance might not be for all of you, but you got to have some little girls or people in your life that do love dance. So it'll be a great opportunity for you to be able to get your hands on some dance themed cards, and the class actually includes 2 3D projects as well. So really excited about that, and I'm going to be sharing it with my dance studio owner, who I know is going to want me to make some things for her for all of the dance kids at the dance studio. So really excited about that stamp set and that class. I actually had tears in my eyes designing it. You know how certain things just touch you? That was one of them for me. That class just really touched me. And then let's see here. Oh, if you're part of my brand new Basement Bunch monthly club, your kits are going to ship a week early. We got everything in. We're going to be getting them ready. They're going to ship next week. And then after that, if you're part of my club, they'll ship the end of the month. Like I mentioned, you have to the 10th of the month to sign up. Next month's club is the Rain and Shine bundle. So I'll be posting some sneak peeks of that with a link for you to sign up for that. All the details for my club are on my website, but I've been posting about that pretty regularly. And you can join at any time. So I hope you take advantage of that. Online bingo last night, like I said, was a big success. We did have Natalie's boyfriend, Austin, who fixed my video issue for a bit. And he introduced himself virtually to all of you. So that was kind of fun. And my card challenge. I really hope I can get more of you to join me on my card challenge. So I post every month a card sketch, and the sketch is just basically like a template for you to be able to design a card, okay? And you just use whatever you have. Follow my sketch. If I have 3 circles on it, you put 3 circles. They can be any size you want them to be. They don't have to be a certain size. But I do give away a $25 product credit every single month. Consistently, I want to thank all of those that have done it almost every single month. Courtney and Carol and Beth and Janet. I'm going off the top of my head, those of you that I see regularly. But I'd love to see more of you take part in that. It's just a great way to get you stamping, get you creating, give you an idea of what you can do. Just have fun with it. I don't want any of you to, I always hear you guys, some of you say, oh, but I am not that good of a stamper, or I'm not. You are amazing. You are all amazing. So please do the card sketch. It's just something fun that I want to do for all of you. Nancy, I have to look at my notes. I do know what I'm doing after the rain one, but I don't have it in my head yet. It's in my notes. So I can let you know that. And hi to Pat. Oh, yay, Courtney's working on hers tomorrow. Yes, and Carol, thank you for doing it every single month. Sorry, little drink time because my throat is screaming at me. All right, if you are interested in doing my online bingo, we also have that. Registration will be opening for that in the next day or two. March 15th is my next one for that. Okay, that is all I have in the way of announcements, I do think. Let me just check here. Talked about my CF event. We did the sharing. I talked about celebration, my open classes, my dance class that I can't wait to open up that one. My club. And yeah, but if you have any questions on my card sketch that I do, it's posted in my group. And I'm going to start including that in my blog posts and here on this page as well. I have big ideas, you guys, just not enough time to do them all in. But anyway, I keep on plugging away, right? That's what they say. Keep plugging away. And my favorite quote is progress over perfection. So I just keep on going. All right. So with that, I'm going to transition my camera down to my stamp area. Tonight, I do not have a 3D project, but for all of my scrapbook lovers out there, I have designed a scrapbook layout plus my typical 5 cards. So this is going to give you some really awesome ideas of how you can use this bundle. When I first saw it in the catalog, I wasn't completely sold on it. I now love it, especially if you are looking for encouragement cards to send to people who might be struggling with disease, illness, mental illness, anything like that. And then before I transition down, I want to just ask all of you to please keep the Michigan State University community, and all of the people involved and feeling, some kind of distress and pain over the shooting. So Michigan State University is an hour south of where I live, and I work at Central Michigan University, and I have a daughter in college. So this kind of hit home with me a little bit. I've been very somber this week. And so I just want to make sure that and ask all of you to continue to pray for those families, those communities as all this was kind of happening. And I'm hearing the university talk about, we've got our emergency management team. We've got our, all the universities follow the same protocol when it comes to executive teams and getting your core group together to discuss things. So I'm hearing how they were in the press releases talking about how they were engaging all these different groups, and it just was like, yeah, we have those same things in place at CMU. And so it really, I was sitting there coloring gnomes. So one of my projects for my cystic fibrosis event, or one of my little giveaways, is a little gnome thing, and I had to keep my mind going as I'm listening to the scanners and stuff, because they had a scanner that you could listen to, and the dispatcher there was phenomenal, kept her composure, was very good. But, Natalie had friends that went there, so she was worried about her friends and all the emotions that went on with that. But I will tell you, crafting and stamping is phenomenal, because I just kind of kept myself busy doing my coloring as I'm listening and praying and all of that. But anyway, I did want to at least mention that, to please keep our community in our area in your thoughts and prayers. I did find out today that of the 5 that are in critical condition, one's been moved to stable condition. So that is good. And we're praying for the other 4 that are still in critical condition. But we have been getting providing services to our students on campus as well. For different kind of crisis intervention, counselors, all of that, to kind of help students get through that. So anyway, it is so sad. So with that, though, we're going to get back to our stamping. So I'm going to transition my camera down to my stamp area, let you guys see a sneak peek of what I've created for you, and show you this awesome bundle that, like I said, was not one of my first gotta haves, and it changed my mind. And this paper you can actually get for free during celebration right now. It's one of the add-ons. So let me transition my camera down, and you guys will be able to get a little sneak peek here. Ta-da! Okay. And I actually zoomed in more on my projects. So I'm hoping that let me get this straight. I'm hoping that they show up a little bit better for you guys. Because like I said, I zoomed down a little bit more, and want you guys to be able to get a better view. So hopefully, move them up for you guys. So these are the projects, but I'm going to, again, take them all away, and going to let you guys go through I'm going to go through the product with you first, and then we're going to get back to that. How does that sound? Okay, so this is the bundle. It is called Greatest Journey. And again, I love that Stampin' Up! Has now come out with the dies that coordinate with the same name. So Greatest Journey, right? Oh my goodness, yeah, that is so scary and senseless. I agree. And what they found out is that the shooter had no affiliation whatsoever with Michigan State University. So we just don't know. I know that's stuck on there. We don't know what his motive was for this, so that just kind of even complicates it more. Okay, so here's some awesome dies. Now this is neat because the dies you have a lot. I'm going to actually bring in a card base so you guys can see the dies. So here's the stamp set. I'm going to start with the stamp set. And you might ask, will this be a class? Yes, this will be a class. I believe it's a class that I'm going to be opening up for you guys to purchase in March. However, anybody who puts in a $30 minimum order with me, you will get 3 of these cards mailed to you if you put your order in before Sunday night. So you have mountains of thanks, wishing you joy in this next adventure. So that could be like a retirement, that could be a new job, that could be anything. We're in this together, great saying for all kinds of things. I'm so inspired by your courage. This moment is the start of something great. So lots of encouragement cards that are sayings that I like in this. I'm going to actually bring in one of the card bases real quick so that I can show these dies off to you, because the dies, yes, they have some that will cut out the stamped images, like the trees and the flowers and stuff, but you even get more than that. So you get this cute little tent that You can cut out the tent and then cut out a piece to go on top of it. You have a little guy on a bike. You have a guy running, a little guy with like a lantern, like he's backpacking. You have, oh, thank you, Kay. You have these awesome clouds to be able to do some clouds. You have this piece right here that you can cut out. You'll see where I've used that to create kind of like a ground here. You just cut that out and it creates, whoops, let me bring this in for closer. And it creates this awesome little edgelet around the top. So lots of different things that these dies have that make them just amazing. All of these ones right here are ones that cut out the actual images on the Greatest Journey stamp set. You can see that I focused more on my projects using all of these dies right here, just because they were, I loved them, and they're you're going to see how I've used them in a way that is kind of cool. Okay, so I want to put the dies away so that I don't misplace any of them. Now this bundle, let me bring my catalog in, put that back. So this bundle again is called Enjoy the Journey, and you can get the whole collection or the whole suite of products for $80. The whole suite of products includes the stamp set, the coordinating dies, this awesome baker's twine, which I have right here, and this baker's twine. Hi, Joanne. This baker's twine is a combo 3-pack where you get pumpkin pie, garden green, and coastal cabana. And I'm going to need that, so I'm going to take it out of my packaging. So you get 3 different colors. And then you also have these Enjoy the Journey enamel sticker icons. And they're kind of puffy, but they're kind of flat. So I think they would do just fine with going through the mail. Oh, I agree, Courtney. You need a hammock for that. It's so funny. But yeah, Natalie's been asking for a hammock for a long time, and he's been listening to that. So that's what he got her for Valentine's Day. Such a clever guy. All right. So anyway, those are the enamel sticker icons. And then we have the designer series paper. Now, right now, this designer series paper is an add-on that you can get for free during celebration for the next 2 weeks. So any $50 order, you could qualify for this for free. Okay. Let me show you the different pieces of paper in that designer series pack. A couple of them I only have half sheets because I've used so much of it for my classes because we've already been cutting like crazy for these classes. So this one right here, I love this one, and I'm going to show you how I used this. So here you could actually cut this apart and use this one as a mountain range on a scrapbook layout, which is exactly what I did. You see here you have the different colors. Now the colors that are included in this paper, I did not mention, because these are going to also be the colors that I used in all of my cards tonight. I used Coastal Cabana, Garden Green, Highland Heather, Mango Melody, Melon Mambo, Polished Pink, Pumpkin Pie, Starry Sky. So lots of different colors to work with. Lots and lots and lots. And then we have this one right here that we have in the Garden Green. It's kind of like trees and stuff. And then you have this one, again, another one that you can do the cutting apart. You have part of it down here that is your one color scheme. This one's another color scheme. And then you have this one right here. And then we have this one, which I've cut apart, different aspects of it, so I really can't show you too much of it. And this one right here. And then you flip them over, and on the other side, you have more of your just standard colors to kind of coordinate with those. Thank you, Philomena. These were my Valentine's Day nails. So they're still got the hearts and stuff on them until next week. But he let me go back to pink because I told him I was really missing my pink. Okay, and I love this one for starries, like this, really like the star to do like a scene at night kind of thing. So anyway, all right, so that is the designer series paper. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to actually first show you my scrapbook layout. I do need to pull these out of the plastic or else you're going to get a really, really bad glare. And this I may have to kind of move around for you guys to see the whole thing. But I thought this was a great scrapbook layout. What I liked about it is for any outdoors. This could be for like if you have friends that run, you know, like a 5K or do any kind of running. What I did is I put down here this designer series paper on the bottom. Remember I showed you that paper? That paper's on the bottom, and then I have a little strip of this just to kind of break up the monotony a little bit. I added the cute little cutouts using the Night of Navy. I brought in Night of Navy with this. And this ribbon is actually a part of a different suite, but I liked it for this. And there's your mats for a couple of pictures. Added in some of the little elements. So that is page 1. So you can see you have the mountain range down here. And then my second page has the sky at the top. And then down here, your mats are down here on the bottom. So it's going to kind of go like this. I know you guys aren't going to be able to see the full range of it, but you can kind of get the idea. Down there is the mountain range with your pictures at the top. Other page has your skyline, and then your pages and things at the bottom. Used just some layering circles and added those in. But yeah, that is, and I'm going to start doing scrapbooking a little bit more as well. Because like I said, I know I've got some of you that have... do scrapbooking, so I want to give you guys some ideas of how you can incorporate that. So the neat thing is that these layouts they have absolutely no stamping on them. This is all just die cuts and designer series paper and embellishments. So it makes it pretty awesome. Thank you, Philomena, and thank you, Cindy. Oh, yes, I like that color too. I use that one a lot in the summer. Okay. So let's go with our first card here. Let me bring in this one, since that's the card base that I pulled out. So whenever I see silhouettes of different cutouts that Stampin' Up! Provides us, I always love to go for the look of literally the silhouette. The bright color using the black. So you're going to see that in a lot of these where I did either black or white to kind of pull out the silhouette. So for this I used polished pink. And so my polished pink is my card base that is cut 5.5 by 8.5. And the other thing is too, whenever you cut from that paper, you can see here the paper, this one's a little bit different than this because it's all cut from different paper. And so it's going to be in different spots, but it doesn't really matter. It's completely okay. So because I used the black as my focal point on the card, I chose to layer it with a layer of basic black matte in the middle. And then this followed on the top. You can just see that just brings that to life and makes that pop really, really good. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere these together. And sometimes I know it's harder to use twine than ribbon. And I wanted to kind of use, I always like to use the whole gamut of products when I'm doing a class to kind of show you guys how to get that folded better. There we go. Now it'll stay down. And so I'm like, okay, I am going to be using this baker's twine. We're going to figure it out. I'm going to use it. So I did my true fashion of the figure 8 and to put that baker's twine underneath there. And again, you have 3 different colors to pick from. And so I chose the pumpkin pie because it kind of went with this the best. Now, the first thing I did was, like I mentioned, I cut out that awesome little edgelet. So I cut a little strip, so you could make this as wide as you wanted by cutting the paper bigger. I didn't want it too big, but I could have made it bigger if I wanted it to come up higher. So that's all a matter of how you go about cutting the width of your paper. And I'm just going to adhere this down at the bottom, so it's going to cover up that designer series paper. And then here is that awesome little jogger guy that I cut out in advance. Now you could have him run either way. So I could have him coming down over top the mountain, but I wanted him like he was running up the mountain. So I turned him this way. So again, you have options there of what you can do. Doesn't it, Shelby? I know it does make it pop. The black does. And you'll, like I said, you're going to see, I think I did that with a couple other ones here as well. And I do have mini dimensionals. Go me. I'm going to use some mini dimensionals on him because it's quite narrow here. And this one I didn't dimensional on, but this one I'm going to dimension. So you, again, can kind of do it either way that you want, depending on how you want that to look. And then I have some clouds, and I did my clouds in the basic black as well. And those I'm going to also put on with some dimensionals, just because why not? Give it a little bit of a different look. And I'll put 3 on this one. There we go. So I'm going to add 1 here and do it just a smudge different. Because different is good. Nope, it's crooked. Don't like it crooked. There we go. And then I'm going to add the other one like this to bring it down just a smudge. Gotta get that dimensional backing off there. There we go. So then all I did is I cut a piece of basic white cardstock. I measured how big my sentiment was that I wanted to use. Cut a piece of cardstock, and that's just gonna go on here like that. Again, using some dimensionals. But first I'm going to also add on, I'm gonna use my regular size for this. I'm gonna add on a little bit of that baker's twine. So let me do that. So for that, I'm gonna add a little bit of adhesive. Maybe a couple little strips. And this was a thicker baker's twine, so I'm not going to use it as much as I did on my sample. I might just go around my fingers here twice on this one because that was a little bit much, but I already had it stuck down, so I left it. Now if I can just get this cut, because I did it on the wrong hand, and now I need to cut with my... There we go. All right. So all I'm going to do is, again, I'm hanging on to where I kind of started that. I'm going to make my little figure 8 here, like I normally do. Stick that down on there. Try to get those little edges to stick up in there. That one I can always cut off if I want to. Oh, I put it the other way. Well, this one's going to go this, yeah, maybe I better switch it. I didn't realize that I had it going the other way. All right, we're going to pick that up. I'm going to do it over again. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. All right, you guys know the routine. Do my little figure 8. Stick it on like this, which is a little bit different for me. There we go. Okay, so I am going to cut that off a little bit. And then I'm just going to take my dimensionals here. And again, you can kind of do this any way you want. That one I know is sticking out a little bit more than this one probably will. I'm just going to stick this on here up in about the middle. Oops. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel this apart so that you kind of have the loops so you can see them a little bit better. There we go. Just a little bit, yeah, isn't it nice, Carol? Just a little something different. And then I topped it off with one of these awesome little things. So I'm going to use the one with the arrows like I did on this one here. And I just put that right there on the end, the bottom. I could have moved it down a little bit. Let me move it down just a smudge so yeah, I'm not on top of the T. There we go. And there you have it. My first card. And I need to blow my nose, so I'm really sorry. Ignore it. Just a little bit. Had to blow it. Okay. So there you have my first card. What do you guys think? Isn't that cute and fun and so simple? Can you see the difference between the two with these dimensioned on and these just glued right on? Thank you, Beth. So yeah, such an awesome card. I love it. Okay, so my next card, let's see what's on the pile. Oh, is this one right here. Mountain of Thanks. Now, again, you could use any other paper that you wanted to. I used the camper and the biker and the Mountain of Thanks, like he's going up the mountains and he's camping, all that awesome stuff, right? So because I used these colors for my little tent, I chose to pop that orange with the pumpkin pie. So pumpkin pie is my card base of choice here. And because I used, so again, you can see I used white here for my, I've been using my bone folder more to get them to fold better. I used white here for my silhouette. So you can see what I used behind here. I used white. Okay, so here is my basic white and my piece of the green paper. Again, this is a little bit lighter because it's a different part of the paper, but you can use them all. It makes it fun, makes the cards all just a smudge bit different. So this one I only went around this paper, but I find it much easier to wrap that twine around the entire, when you have cardstock on the back. So I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive back here. I also, again, use the pumpkin pie here of the twine. So I'm just going to start that in the middle, and this just got wrapped. I should probably start it up a little bit higher. Here we go. Let me put it up here. Here we go. So this is just going to get wrapped around here like this. And then as I bring it around, am I doing that the right way? No, I need to do it up. Sorry, guys, I put the adhesive on the wrong spot. Doesn't matter, we'll be fine. Okay, so I'm going to add that here. And this is going to get wrapped around. Okay, I'm kind of going at a little bit of an angle. Can you see how I did the little angle? And then when I come back up, I'm going to bring it down and go up like that. So it kind of gives you the look that I have on this card. You see how I did that? Then when I bring this back around, I am just going to adhere it there, and I'm going to cut that off. Now I'm going to glue this down to my card base since I have adhesive where I didn't want it. I need to get that down so it's not going to stick to everything else. And then from there, we can continue the rest. So I'm hoping by me giving you guys some of the little tips that I do when it comes to how I layer and stuff, I hope it helps, because that's, again, the popping of it. It pops, that white just pops that guy right off that card. Okay, so then I used crushed curry for my tent, and then I had the overlay on top in the pumpkin pie. You could use Tombow glue. I could have used an adhesive sheet for this. I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive to it and glue it on. I did put this then on the card with a couple of dimensionals. So I'm going to put those on. Thank you, Kay. I know, isn't it awesome? I love it too. And I tried to get a little bit of everything when I was creating this to give you ideas of how to use the entire stamp set. And not just, and how to use all of the paper. So I'm really strategic in that too, especially if I'm cutting this for a class or something. Oh, I gotta add I didn't add the green down there. Can you see the green grass down there? I didn't want my tent to just be floating. Can you see that right there? So what you're gonna do is I just cut a piece of 1 inch piece of garden green paper. Oh, I'm glad, Peggy. Yes, I'm trying to pick things that maybe others might not have too. So yeah. So all I'm doing is ripping this. I'm going to use 1/2. You could use the other half on another card, so you wouldn't need to necessarily throw the other half out. And I'm going to bring in my garden green ink pad and my garden green sponge. And all I'm going to do is sponge the edge of this. So this is just going to pop this a little bit. Sorry, I reached right in front of you guys. You couldn't see me. Couldn't see that. So I'm just inking up where I distressed this by tearing it. And it works better if you tear it towards you, okay? Oh gosh, Carol, I wish you would have, yeah, I'm glad I caught it too. I'm like, oh, gotta put the grass down there. Okay, do you see how that just, again, pops that? Especially on this one, because it's lighter paper from that paper piece. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and adhere this down. Glad I caught that, because that would have really been a big miss. Okay. And it's cut the same size, so it just goes right across the bottom there. And now we're going to put our tent on it. Okay? Yay! All right. And then we have the biker guy. Here is the biker guy. I got to get a couple of the little pieces out that I didn't get out when I cut them out. There we go. And I put him like this, like he's kind of popping a wheelie as he's driving. So I'm gonna put that on with dimensionals too. So I'm just gonna put a couple on here, and then I'll do one down here because the mini one will fit right there. And then I topped this off with the Mountain of Thanks sentiment. So I'm just gonna put him at a little bit of a wheelie, not a big one, just a little one. Mountain of Thanks, and I put that right across up here where these two things met. So this is on a 3/4 inch strip of cardstock, and I'm going to use my regular size dimensionals. Oh yeah, Beth, they are. So many times you need cards that are perfect for little boys, little girls. So hopefully my my stamp set, my one that I'm going to be doing with the dancers. So I'll do that on a Facebook Live as well. I have to, you guys. I can't not do it. And I might have to put a couple more little mini ones on there because that baker's twine is a little bit thick. You got to kind of put this on with some minis as well, but it will stick. It will stay down. There we go. You just got to kind of play with it a little bit more. Okay. Then I topped it off with the little camping thing. Now you could put this wherever you want. I put it down there. You could put it up here if you wanted. You could put it anywhere. I'm going to leave it over here. Like there's the little campfire. And there you have that card. Isn't that cool? So again, it uses different paper, and again, you can see that the colors are a little different because of the way the paper is designed by the company. But I love it, and love the little grass. It just adds a little bit to that. All right, so that is our card number 2. Let's see what our next one is. Oh, this one. So remember that piece of paper that I showed you that had the different mountains, the different you could cut it in half, and half it was 2 different colors. Well, this is what I created. Quick and simple, okay? Nothing fancy about this card whatsoever. I really let the paper do the work on this one. Totally. Oh, Shireen, that's a good point. Sorry, I had to get a drink. So Shireen says the lighter card on that last one could be like daylight, and the darker one is the nighttime. Great concept. I love it. Okay, so for this one, I chose, again, I followed the paper. The paper had the blue in it, it had the purple in it, it had the green in it. So I just went with colors that were in it, and so I chose to use, let me put that up a little bit higher, chose to use garden green for my card base. And so we're also going to use the garden green twine on this one. And I'm just going to get that to cut really good. And then I have a layer of 5 1/4 by 4 of the Highland Heather. And this piece has the moon in it. So again, all those different pieces, you get different layouts for this, right? So I am going to adhere these 2 together, and then we're going to wrap that twine around it. And I'm going to show you how I did that little knot, because I cheat. I'm a cheater. Okay, so we're going to do this the exact same way. Make sure I have the top of the card this time. We're going to take this twine. Oh, wow, Beth, that's awesome. How cool is that? All right, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to wrap this around twice up here. And each time I go to the back, I'm going to go back over top that adhesive, pushing it down really good, bringing it back up. And I'm going to end this time. Well, I can end it on the back too, but if you really wanted to save a little bit, you could always end it in the middle here and cover it up, but I'm going to just go around it twice and then end it back here. Okay. Like I said, this twine is a lot thicker than like our normal like baker's twine is. It's the thicker kind. So I know that can get a little bit more challenging to use. Oh, I have it a little crooked. So you want to make sure you have it lined up there. And I'm going to adhere that down. And then what you can do is you can just tie a double knot if you wanted to into this, or a single knot. You just go underneath here and tie a knot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make this one a double knot. So I'm going to cut my twine and have 2 pieces of it, and I'm just going to go underneath of here, and I'm just going to tie a knot, and then I'm going to trim those pieces off. So this way I'm not tying a knot with trying to tie a knot with it not, you know, with it being wrapped around. So and no one's going to know that you cheated on that. Trust me, no one's going to know. My scissors are getting kind of dull. So glad I'm having my scissor sharpener guy come to my cystic fibrosis event. So those of you that are coming, bring your scissors. Mine need to be sharpened so bad. Okay, and so here I use the little silhouette of I do need to get these little things out of here though. I use the little silhouette of the guy backpacking, holding his little light here. But I need to get those out of there. I should have done that before my live. I need to go get a paper piercer, but we'll try this. Oh, that's working perfect. So bear with me. I'm just picking out these little things off camera because I don't want to bug you guys having to watch me do that. I thought I had done all that when I cut them out. Oh, and then I dropped them on the floor, but I didn't. I didn't have it all done. I tried to, but you know, okay. I don't have the last one out, but we're gonna go with it because I don't have a little I don't have my paper piercer here. So I just put him in here right there like he is backpacking up the mountain, going up the mountain. And so we're gonna put some dimensionals on him. And again, I'm just gonna use my little mini ones because they're right here and I can easily do that. I like the one with the mountain. What do you guys think? It is a very versatile paper, Philomena. It is. And again, it makes it so easy. I mean, literally, I added twine, sentiment, embellishment, the guy, and voila, you have a card. I mean, not anything fancy whatsoever about it. Now this one, you could add any of these elements. I'm going to actually add the white one with the trees because I like to be able to use them all. And I'm going to add that down here on the bottom. All those dimensional backings are everywhere. And then I used my, I'm so inspired by your courage is what I used for my sentiment on this one, because it's the truth. Anybody who can go out there and do that, that's amazing. I love it. And I'm going to add my dimensionals on here. I'm going to actually add, because it goes over top that ribbon, can you see how I'm staggering my dimensionals? I got them like a little bit, because I need them to cover the edges around that ribbon too. And then I might even add a couple other ones too. Now, if I wanted to, I could also put this down here, but I just liked it up here because I felt it took away from the mountain range otherwise. But there you go. I'm so inspired by your courage. That awesome. I love it. So simple, yet so pretty. Okay, that is card number 3. All right, you guys ready for the next one? Thank you. You guys, you rock. I love it. Okay, here is the next one that I created for you. Wishing you joy in this next adventure. I mean, who isn't that an adventure with that awesome biker dude right there? So this one, I thought, thank you, Kay. I'm glad you like them. So this one, again, I'm trying to showcase and use all of the designer series paper. So I play a game with myself when I'm designing my cards for my classes and my cards for my Facebook Lives. When I use a piece of paper, I can't use that one on another card unless I use a real small strip of it, because I want you guys using your paper and I want to use up all of my paper. So when I'm cutting for a class, I don't have to buy 7 packs of the paper. I maybe just need to buy 3 and I use it all. So it kind of makes me reach out a little bit to come up with different things that I can showcase for you guys. So that's the neat thing, is if you were to buy this bundle, these cards that I'm creating for you tonight, you would be able to, you would be using all of your designer series paper, every single piece of it. Okay, so for this one, I used my Night of Navy for the card base. And again, I just chose this color because it's in the trees. It's in the, I don't know, I had it out and I thought it would match with all the color scheme, I guess. I used Soft Succulent for a piece of the paper here. And again, a nice mountain range here. And that's just going to get glued onto there like that. So I'm sorry, you guys. I must have my camera up a little bit higher. I'm having to design a little bit higher up and I keep moving it down. So I am really, really sorry that I keep doing that to you guys. All right, so, and again, this is cut a little bit wider, so you just have enough of that edge to show. And we're gonna adhere this down to my card. And I glued it down right in the middle of it. So you have a little bit of the blue showing on either side, okay? Now, if you ever have it, sometimes even though you cut it to the right size, sometimes this happens right here where you have a little bit of an overlay. You just take your paper snips and you cut that away and no one's gonna even know. You just cut it flush with your card base. Thank you, Carol. I know it right, just pops it just enough, right? Okay, and then I did my little clouds again in the sky. So here you can see my one cloud and my second cloud. I think I actually did them the opposite way. So this one's over here and this one's over here. And those I put on, oh, those are, did I put them on with dimensionals? I don't remember. Nope, those are just glued down because this is on with dimensionals. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of adhesive to these right here. And I'm going to adhere one of them right here. And this one is going to overlap just a little bit, but it's going to be right flush with that. So they're both going to come off the paper just a little bit on both sides. You see that? And then I have Wishing You Joy in This Next Adventure. Now that is stamped on a 1-inch piece strip of my basic white. This is stamped using the Night of Navy ink. And then this will get put on with dimensionals right there. So it just kind of covers up where the bottom of those clouds are. And that will get put on with some dimensionals. So I'm going to put 3 dimensionals on there. And then the last thing is the bike or biker dude. And you can see I added a little bit of that green ribbon underneath that little embellishment. So this is going to get put on here like this, and it's going to go fit flush with my design there, my cardstock. Biker dude, we're going to put him on with a couple dimensionals. I probably should have grabbed some mini ones. Let me grab my minis. Put one on his head. Put one down here. You could also use, so we have foam sheets, so you could also have adhered this to a foam sheet and then ran it through your machine, and the whole thing would have been puffy to kind of get all of this raised. But I'm usually comfortable with just the little bit that I do, because, you know, no one's going to sit there and pick that apart on me. At least I hope not. There's my biker guy. And then what I did is I took, so here's the one I used. I took a dimensional, and I took a big dimensional on this one, and stuck it down, took it off, and then I'm just going to use some scraps, because why not? I'm going to put a couple scraps of this ribbon, or this on top of here. And then you might need to add a glue dot right where that is. And this will kind of sit the way you want it to. But I'm going to add a glue dot right on top of where I just have those two meeting. Because for me, touching it and the ribbon being there, that's not going to stick the best. So I'm just picking up a glue dot, which is sticking to my fingernail. I'm going to put it on top of there. And then I'm going to peel off this little one and stick it right on top of that dimensional. And it just secures it a little bit better. And because this one's a little bit longer, I'm going to cut that off. But there's another little way of using that twine just to give it a little something without adding too much to it. Isn't that cool? That glue dot, though, is really important, because otherwise this was falling off on me. Okay, so there is our card number 4. I have one more left to share with you. So who's getting inspired about this bundle and now seeing some ideas? I'd love to know who's getting some inspiration for, maybe I do need that one. All right, my last one is, again, I call this my Kim Classic layout. It is one of my go-to layouts. Look at all the hearts. I love it, you guys. This is one of my go-to card templates because it is so simple, so easy, and so just a good template. A lot of times I use ribbon behind here, but this time I used designer series paper and added again some of this. So this is where I'm using this color. So you can see where yes, Nancy, this is going to be a class that I will be doing for the month of March. So you guys are getting a March sneak peek right here. Okay. So for this class, or for this card, I used again the Night of Navy and popped it with some layering with basic white. And I'm going to put this out of the way for a minute because I'm not going to be using my card base until I get all of the other stuff layered. So we're going to bring in that basic white matte. And then I have 2 different designer series paper. I have the sky for the top one that looks like the skyline, and then this pretty yellow one down here. So we're going to adhere those to the card first. So I'm just going to adhere this one down here, and then I'm going to adhere this one to the top. And then because I didn't have a ribbon that I was using for these cards, I was using the twine. I cut a piece of designer series paper to kind of blend the 2 together. I always like to have something between the 2. I'm just weird that way, but I do. So I'm going to add adhesive to that, but I did want to tie in the baker's twine. So again, you're going to see me do the exact same thing I did on the previous card. Here's where you just want to make sure that you put that adhesive along the middle so that you can get that in the middle. I'm using the Coastal Cabanas. This is the 3rd color that is in that 3-pack of twine. And I'm going to do the same thing kind of at a little bit of an angle here, bringing it up, and then I'm going to go back across. Oops. Make sure I do this right. That one was up. Well, no, that one can go down. I'm struggling, you guys. So let me get it the right way. So that one's going to go up, down, across, and then up. There we go. Woo! That was a struggle for a minute. It's been a long day though. It really has been. I am ready for it to be Friday. No joke there. And then now I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down to my card base because we got all that layering done. I can add the other layers as we go. So since I used the Coastal Cabana twine, I needed to tie in more of that color. So that is kind of how I do that. Oops, then it come apart. So let me make sure I have this glued down really good. There we go. Okay, good enough. So this is going to go on to my card base. And then I have two of the different, I have the Coastal Cabana and I have two basic whites. And so I layered those together and put them on top of here and then added my little biker and it says, "You belong among the stars." Get it? Stars. Woohoo! I like it. And so this is going to go on here like that. And then I did dimensional this on. The baker's twine is so cool because it is so, you have different colors. So you can incorporate it in however you want with the different cards and stuff. So hopefully I gave you some different ideas of ways that I've done it and made it work. Because sometimes I do know that baker's twine can be a little bit harder to work with. All right, so this is going to go up here like that. And then I have my biker dude that I did. Biker dude, how do you like that? That I did in Night of Navy. And he's just going to get adhered onto my card. So that's just regular adhesive, or you could use the Tombow glue if you wanted to. And then I have, oh, but I may not have my little piece. I may have, oh, I dropped it. There it is. I'm like, I know I cut that out. So this piece is 1 1/4. A 1 1/4 inch strip, and then I have a 1 inch strip here where I stamped the "You belong among the cards." They are going together very, very easily. They really do. I really, really like that. So I'm going to put the "You belong among the stars" on this little piece right here. And then we're going to dimensional that on. And you can see I added the little compass. I added the little compass there. And I am going to trim this up just a smudge more. And then a couple dimensionals are going to go on to this one. Yes, Kay, me too. It makes it nice to have different things to play with. I agree. Okay, so for this one I used the compass. Where's the compass? Here's the compass. Now these, like I said, I already have adhesive on them, but if you wanted to, you could always add more to make sure that you could put a little glob there to make sure they stay. I've had no problem though with them staying on the cards that I've been creating. And there you have that card. All right, so that was my last card for the night. Let me bring them all back in for you guys to be able to see here. Because again, they're all just so gosh darn cute. And I apologize, but this week got away on me. Like, I realized that I didn't even post for you guys what I was sharing on my Facebook Live until, like, I think it was yesterday late in the day, or maybe it was even this morning. I went, oh my gosh, it's just been a nutty, crazy time for me right now. But anyway, so here are the 5 cards that I created for you tonight using this product suite. Once again, my host code is printed and I left it upstairs. I need to remember that. Carol Grove needs to remind me of that. I love her because she's the one that always tells me, you need to get that done. But if you go to my website, kimsbasementbunch.com, or if you email me your order, I'd be happy to submit it for you and apply the host code. But anybody who orders on the host code, $30, you'll get 3 of these completed cards sent to you, already done for you to be able to use. And then this class will also be a class that will be opening up. And I always offer the stamp set and or the dies as an add-on. So you'd be able to make more of these great cards as well if you especially had those dies. Can you see though why I love those dies? Adding those dies into the paper, it really is all I've really done with these cards, and then added in the product that went with it, and voila, you have some amazing cards that you can create. I will be also posting this video, Facebook Live replay to YouTube for any of you that want to catch the replay later over on YouTube. And then I will also be posting pictures of these cards when I post that as well. Usually that happens the day after. So, all right. And again, you all already saw my layout. I'll bring my layout back in case anybody missed my layout earlier, but that is the layout that I created with the product suite as well. All right. Thank you all so very much. Thank you, Courtney and Luann. Joanne, thank you all for watching this week. I look forward to seeing you all back next week. I'm hoping to showcase the dance bundle or the dance stamp set with you or for you next week to give you some ideas and inspiration there. I just don't know if it'll all be done, but that's my goal, is to showcase the Ballet Beauties stamp set. And I paired it with rose gold stuff. The projects are beautiful. All right. Thank you all so very much for joining me. Have a wonderful weekend. And I look forward to seeing you all back here for my Facebook Live next Thursday. Bye, everyone.